die in my arms. I don't want to die like this. I remember thinking as I laid on the ground that I hope I get a chance to feel my mother's soft hands one more time before I die. These were the thoughts that were running through my mind as I was laying on this ground, exsanguinated. Exsanguinate means that there's a medical term for bleeding to death. And so I'm laying there and I'm losing a lot of blood, and finally the EMS workers arrive. The EMS worker, young white guy, he jumps out the ambulance. He says, young man, you're all right, I'm gonna get you to the hospital. And now he's talking to me and I'm saying I'm having a hard time breathing. He says, don't worry, I'm gonna give you some oxygen. He gives me the oxygen. He's putting me into the back of the ambulance. And as they're putting me into the ambulance, they had, I guess at some point, removed my sneakers. And as they're putting me in the ambulance, the doors closed. I remember looking down while I was laying on the stretcher, and I noticed my sneakers were gone. I had brand new socks on. And the first thing I remember thinking as I put my head back on the stretcher was, my mom's gonna be proud of me. I got clean socks on. She's gonna be proud of me. My mother used to say things like, wear clean underwear, wear clean socks, because you never know what's gonna happen to you. And so as I'm laying there, all I kept thinking about was my mother. Now I'm in the back of the ambulance, and the EMS worker, he's talking to me, and he's saying, how old are you? Now mind you, we're driving, we're headed to the ambulance, we're headed to the hospital. And he's talking to me, and he's saying, how old are you? And I'm saying 15. I have this oxygen mask on. I'm tired. All I want to do is go to sleep. And he says, listen, I'm going to ask you some questions. Stay with me and don't go to sleep. I'm going to ask you some questions. Stay with me. Don't go to sleep.